What's up, you guys? It is Eric from the Anabolic Aliens. Today I'm here to bring you the top 5 exercises to increase your bench press and really break through those plateaus. If you are not already following us on Instagram, make sure you do so at Anabolic Aliens. That way you can see all of our new updates coming out, apparel, coaching, whatever. You guys better be following us on there. So let's get right into these exercises. All right, guys, so the first exercise on the list is called the Spoto Press. Now we're gonna get right into the exercise and show you how it's performed. So you're gonna set up like a normal bench press. Everything remains exactly the same as your typical bench press. And if you're looking for a more in-depth video on the bench press, this isn't going to be it, but for the sake of this video, we're gonna set up like a normal bench press. We're gonna come back, normal grip, roll the bar forward, unrack. Now everything is exactly the same, again, as a normal bench press. So as we set up, the only difference is as we descend with the bar, everything's nice and tight, everything comes down. We're going to pause right in the middle of the rep, just a few inches up from the chest. Pausing here, and then coming all the way up to the top. So again, we'll do it a few more times. Here, up, here, up, here, up. So the purpose of this exercise is we're stopping halfway down. Now halfway up through the rep of the bench press is where a lot of people tend to get stuck, right in the middle of that rep. So this exercise, you are able to really work on pausing and controlling during that portion of the movement. Now with this movement, you're probably not going to be able to go as heavy as you normally would for your typical explosive touch and go bench press or even your pause bench press. So make sure you accumulate the weight as necessary and really improve your tightness and stability through this exercise, pausing in the middle and pressing all the way up. Exercise number 2 is going to be the traditional pause bench press. Now this is going to be a little bit different than the Spoto Press you just saw, because this time instead of stopping halfway, we're going to go all the way down. So we're going to show you what this looks like real quick. So same exact setup as before. Normal grip, nothing fancy up here. We're going to get nice and tight, unrack the bar. So instead of stopping halfway down with the Spoto Press, we're going to come all the way down, pause, and the pause doesn't have to be super long. You can actually control how long you want the pause to be. For the sake of this video, let's say you're gonna pause for a 1 Mississippi count. So let's show you what that looks like real quick. So we come down, 1 Mississippi, press up. Now it's important to note that when we're all the way down in the bottom like this, we don't wanna lose our tightness and totally relax everything, right? We wanna stay nice and strong when we're here. That way we can remain tight and press all the way up, because if we come down, you know, the chest is going to become disengaged, the triceps are disengaged, and the shoulders, so we're really working nothing here, and the bar is just pushing down on my chest and actually starts to hurt after a while. So here, we're tight, we're touching, pressing right off. The reason you would do this is if you're somebody who has a lot of trouble getting the bar off the chest initially, developing that explosive power, but also the control out of the bottom too. So you don't want to be the dude that goes down, bar slams down his chest, and then he can't press it off. So we're gonna do it nice and controlled, pause, stay tight, press right off. Perfect for people who have trouble getting that bottom part of the lift in. All right, guys, so exercise number 3 is going to be the slingshot bench press. Now, if you are not familiar with what a slingshot is, this is one right here. It goes over our arms, and basically it's going to help with our overloading. We're gonna maximize our overloading on the bench press. So this goes right on the arms like so. Bring it up right so you center it in the elbows. It goes right across the chest, and it is stretchy, so it's like a band, right? So it comes across the chest, building resistance as we go down. So I'll show you what that looks like as we go down and we press. So, setting up like a normal bench press, once again, we're gonna unrack the bar, and as we descend, that band is going to build some explosive resistance going back up. So it builds that resistance as it comes down, just like an elastic band would if you pulled it back, and it shoots it right up. So as you come down, this weight, this 135, is going to get much lighter as it comes down, and as we press it, it's going to get heavier, so that full 135. So this is great for people who have a tough time, again, that top half of the bench press, because down low, it's nice and easy. You can stay here all day. As we press up, it gets heavier and heavier. So what you can do is if you have a heavy bench press, let's say you max out at about 315 pounds on the bench press. The slingshot, because it builds that resistance out of the bottom half, will help you with that bottom half of the exercise. So it stretches across your chest and you press all the way up. So maybe you could handle 335 or 345, a much bigger number. So this will help overload the central nervous system and the muscle, so that way we can accumulate ourselves to lifting heavier and heavier weight. Perfect for people who have a tough time grinding out at the top half of the rep, but definitely something you should incorporate into your training for overload training. So if you don't have a slingshot bench press, all you have to do is basically take a band, put it on one side of the bench, wrap it underneath onto the other side. So as you're pressing, so imagine me pressing, you come down, the weight is normal at the bottom, but as you press up, those bands are gonna pull down, making the top half of the rep much harder. So that's all that does. Hey guys, exercise number 4 is going to be the floor press, hence why I'm at this awkward angle laying down on the floor. But again, everything is going to remain the same as our typical setup, except for obviously, now our body's flat. We don't have that, bend in our body. Everything's nice and flat on the floor. We wanna make sure we unrack the bar exactly the same way as before, so we're gonna slide down, make sure we get our leverages correct, so we're gonna come up. And as we come down now, our elbows aren't gonna be able to travel nearly as far, because as you come down, elbows are gonna hit. We're basically in the same position as the Spoto Press from earlier, but from this position, we're gonna touch, we're gonna go right back up. So we're down, controlled, touch, right up. Down, touch, right up. So the purpose of this exercise is again to build that control, build that top half explosiveness. So as we come down, we don't have to come all the way down the chest. We're working that top half of the motion, mainly the triceps, the lockout. If you're a person who grinds through a lot of reps, this is an exercise you can perform. It's also a very easy exercise to set up at your gym. You're just gonna make sure you have a power rack that you can adjust. That way you can explode right through the top half of the movement, because and if you don't have a power rack at your gym, you can actually modify most squat racks. So if you're at the gym and it has those defined squat racks already built, you can take a bench, move it over to that section of the gym, and actually perform this exercise. And I'll show you a picture of what that looks like too. So you guys should incorporate this into your routine if you're a person that has a hard time locking out at the top. As an extra side note, guys, if you guys do not want to perform the exercise with the barbell, it can be performed with dumbbells. So as we set up for this exercise, it's a little bit awkward getting up initially. What you can do is have the dumbbell standing up. You can roll yourself back, just like a normal bench press. So here, we're already on our elbows. Now, a key note of why our legs are fully extended during this exercise is just so we're taking the lower body out of the movement. So all that upper body tightness has to remain the main focus of this exercise. And with the dumbbells, we don't have the barbell anymore, so each arm has to work independently. So we're working that extra stabilization part of the movement. So as we're here, arms are down to 45 degree. We're keeping everything nice and tight. We're coming up, all the way extending, down nice and controlled till we touch. Trying to keep the arms as even as possible during this. This is where you'll find if you have any imbalances. So here, down, and up. And as you come down and rack, all you have to do is turn and plant forward. So that's how you're gonna unrack that nice and safely. So if you guys don't wanna be using the barbell doing this exercise, you can take the dumbbells and perform the same exact one and not worry about the racking or anything like that. Exercise number 5 is going to be the close grip pause bench press. And I know a lot of you guys probably see the traditional close grip bench press done in training, but we want to incorporate a pause just to give it that little extra element. So this time the setup is going to be a little bit different. We're gonna come down. Instead of going super narrow on this too, what I want you guys to do is go just at shoulder width. So if your traditional bench press grip is right here on the rings of the knurling, what we want to do is take it in, not too far, but right about at shoulder width. So we're gonna come right here. And as we unrack the bar, getting nice and tight, again over here. Now we wanna make sure our elbows follow the rest of our body. So we're coming down, keeping that elbow right in line with the elbow, pausing, staying tight, pressing all the way up. So again, down, pressing up. Make sure your wrists don't roll back. Keep them nice and strong. Squeeze their bar. Here, and then up. So the main difference with incorporating the pause and the close grip at the same time is working all 3 elements of the bench press. So in the bottom, we're staying nice and tight, building that explosive strength. The arms have to come back a little extra far because we're not as wide. So we're stretching the chest even more coming down. As we press up, because it's a longer range of motion, we're really working on that middle portion of the rep because we're coming so much further than a typical standard bench press. The range of motion is greater. And then at the top, because our shoulders our triceps are in, now we're not as wide, those triceps have to work extra hard to get all the way through the top of the rep, taking the shoulder and the chest out of the movement just a little bit more than a traditional bench press. So if you're looking for that all-in-one accessory movement for your bench press, the close grip pause bench press is it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked the video, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section down below. If you are not already subscribed to our channel, make sure you do that now. Hit that notification bell for any updates that come out from us. And also, guys, again, make sure you follow us on Instagram. We need some love over there. We got tons of you on YouTube. We want to pull you guys over to Instagram so you can see a little bit more of our personality, because right here we're so instructional. We're a little bit more fun on that side. You can check out our stories, all that good stuff. So make sure you follow us at Anabolic Aliens. And until then, guys, I will see you in the next video. Peace.